Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Mandisa for those who don't know me, and on this channel we talk everything arts related with a special focus on the business side of things. Today will be a bit different. It's still in the vein of arts, but I want to focus on arts education. Reason why, in just about 2 days we here in Barbados will be celebrating the life of our very first Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Errol Walton Barrow, and him and his team back then were sticklers for making sure Barbados had access to education, and not just education but free education at that, and they have definitely benefited from that and will continue to benefit from it. And also one of his most famous speeches where he asked for persons to think of what their mirror image will be. It was so interesting to me when I sat and I thought about it. Coming up through the years, I never really answered that question for myself. I, however, benefited from teachers, tutors, genuine people pushing me on that track to make sure I do my best, and they saw something in me. So pretty much my mirror image back then, or my image, was curated by those teachers who saw something in me. So I thought it would be fitting today to highlight some of those persons who have definitely helped in my development as a musician, as an arts lover throughout the years. So first, let me start with primary school, which makes sense, and Mrs. McCarthy. This lady was everything music. The Caribbean, European, she knew her stuff and she was willing to share everything with you. I remember I was part of the dance with Libby and Betty. I did dance with Danny Hines, African dancing. I did landship dance with Shelly. I was in the percussion band. Every independence, every performance, I had a part to play in it. Remember writing out all of those hymns, and you had to learn them, get those written out, and you had to learn them. And that was the first time I watched Sound of Music, and to this day that is still my favorite musical. So you never know what impact you will have on students, because watching that influenced my decision afterward to become a trained classical singer, and I'm forever grateful for that experience I had at primary school, which was a solid foundation in my love for arts, especially in music. Transitioning now to secondary school. Hello, Mr. Gurridge. Sorry I never made it to band practice. But yeah, I don't regret not going, but I do understand how it could have benefited me. The thought of staying down St. Andrew after hours by myself, because I knew my position, I would have to make my way. That wasn't processing in my brain very well. But definitely Gary Gurridge, he was instrumental again in my further development in music, both theoretical and practical elements of it, playing the recorder, going through all those theory pieces. He had a little trouble from me. It was fun. I know it was fun, but definitely grateful for that. And choir as well. Then Mr. Kevin Moore. Hi Kevin, my dear old buddy, old pal. From day one I gave him trouble. I was a little rebel. Yeah, let's not talk about that though. But yeah, he, again, a different perspective, but again, the same genuine interest and seeing something in you and wanting to bring it out. Even when you gave resistance, they stuck in there with you and taught you all that they knew. And we learned from them, they learned from us, different ways and different means of doing things. But the bottom line is that they shared and genuinely cared about our development, music based. I didn't really push the visual arts side of it, but I definitely had a relationship with Mrs. Deborah Bascom. She was art tutor then at the Annie School, and genuine, again, person wanted to make sure you are in track and doing your best. I definitely wavered a bit. But again, arts again, music, And then further transitioning to tertiary education at the Barbados Community College, I would have met Mrs. McLean. It's Mrs. MS. When you don't know, MS. McLean. She definitely brought out my voice. I remember I started singing alto at Barbados Community College, and after about 2 weeks, Miss McLean was not having it. She's like, this is madness. So when you go back to school, you switch to soprano, and I had never sung about more than an octave and a half, and Mr. Kevin Moore can attest to that. And to this day now, I have about 3 octaves of range, and it is amazing to see where I came from, because they saw something in me and continue to push and push and push, tell you off when they needed to keep you in line, but definitely understood the need for education and pushing it. And again, your mirror image was somewhat curated by them, because I wasn't thinking on that line, but they said, alright, I see this in you, so I need to bring this out. So Mrs. McLean, Dion Timothy, the same very thing. She was my vocal tutor as well. And now, in doing my bachelor's in terms of the management side of the arts business world, learn a lot on how to handle yourself. I remember asking, how does she tolerate people? I need that sort of patience, and over the years I've come to understand it, so I'm very grateful for that. Roger Gittings, a legend for sure. I need to say no more. I had relations with Pernell Farley, David Weatherhead, Miss Philip Ford, Dr. Ford. But going back to Mr. Farley, I remember when I was in junior minor, and he pretty much waived my recording fees because he felt that I was good, and to this day I'm very grateful for that. Again, Mr. Moore, who also wrote my songs for junior minor, wrote songs for junior minor, they're still his, you know how it works, and cannot be more grateful. He also kept me in line as a person. Remember, Dale was speaking so raucous because he was angry and upset, and he was just like, that's not the way though, and keeping you in line as a person and then as an artist. So definitely grateful for all these students. There are many more. Miss Garner, she would have taught me some songs, but again, for the most part, I'm very grateful for the relationships I had with these teachers. And though I wasn't thinking about what my mirror image was, they saw something in me and brought it out, sought to bring it out within me, and I'm forever grateful for them. So maybe you can ask yourself, no, what is your mirror image? Where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? And paint that picture. I now have a better and a clearer idea of where I want to be, and each day I get up, I'm working towards that. So, like Right Honorable Errol Walton Barrow asks, what is your mirror image? You can share your experiences, highlight any other tutors that you wish to highlight that were instrumental in your development as an artist, as a musician, as a writer, as a designer. We matter, and arts education matters. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.